My name is Sai Srikant Radhakrishnan. I am an alumni of JPR Engineering College from the batch 2014. I currently work as a software engineer at Microsoft in the United States. I also have a master's degree in computer science from University of Illinois at Chicago. My experience at JPR Engineering College was phenomenal. The faculty of the college is very experienced and dedicated. The infrastructure of the college is outstanding and students have a great scope for holistic development. Our college encouraged me to participate in various technical events and symposium which helped me develop a great deal of exposure. Being part of various groups like Computer Society of India and IEEE helped me take my skills to a quality. Basics I learned from JPR Engineering College was eventually very useful during my master's degree at University of Illinois at Chicago. Thanks to all the faculties and the college for making my engineering dream a reality.
Hi, I am Anjana Balaji. I did my undergrad in computer science and engineering, and I'm really proud to tell you that I am an ex-JPRite and I'm a 2018 passed out. So to talk about my experience with JPR, for obvious reasons, it has given me a few friends that are going to stay with me for the rest of my life. But that's just a small part of it. Coming to the academic side, you have to go through the entire syllabus of your engineering because that's a mandate. But the approach that the faculties are going to take to teach you this is, trust me, it is going to stay with you for as long as possible.
I welcome one and all once again and the faculty members of various schools all around Tamil Nadu and India for attending this faculty development program. Welcome you all. Now just we have an introduction about the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. The Department of Computer Science and Engineering at JPR Engineering College was introduced in the year 2001 with an intake of 60 students, and at 2006 the students intake were 120. And 2012, we had the postgraduate program, and we had the Center for Research from Anna University affiliated at 2015. We have 3 faculty members who are recognized with Anna University, and we have 18 staff members in the department with 5 doctorates. And our students, till now, we have secured UG ranks of 51 and PG ranks of 14 at Anna University. We are proud to have a gold and a silver medal too. Our top alumni are placed in reputed companies, and they have pursued their higher educations in an esteemed universities. We have Sai Srikanth from batch 2010 to 14 who is working at Microsoft. And we have a student, Dr. Joseph, who has completed his BE in JPR Engineering College and direct doctorate to IIT. And we have funded projects worth rupees 10 lakhs. We have got funded projects from Departments of Science and Technology and Tamil Nadu State Committee. We have professional society like IEEE and CRC happening in our college. We have project expos for our students, and we allow our students to participate in various project level competitions conducted in Delhi. Even Vishwakarma Award, our students have been participated and they have been recognized. We do have cultural events, sports events happening at our college. Now, I request the head of the department, Dr. Arogya Ranjit, to take over the session. I request him to address the gathering. Thank you.
One minute, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, teachers.
Good morning, sir.
I'm really privileged to welcome everyone who has joined us for today's webinar. For all of you, I would like to welcome first of all, I would like to welcome our Chairman and Managing Director, JPR Group of Institutions, Dr. Regina JPR, and enthusiastic entity to this webinar. Next, I'm happy to welcome our Principal, Dr. V. Natarajan, a live inspiration to students and teachers. And now I welcome our Dean Academics, Dr. Salisha Stanley, our pole star guiding to the right path. Next, I would like to welcome real stars of the day participating in this webinar. Teachers, ஆசிரியர்கள், ஆறாம் அறிவிற்கு கல்வி புகட்டி கூர்மை சேர்த்து நாளைய சமுதாயத்திற்கு நல்லெண்ணம் போதிப்பவர்கள். நீங்கள் இல்லையேல் நாங்கள் இல்லை. Yeah, as said above, the knowledge is being chiseled by our teachers, and they, like a candle, consume themselves to light the way for others. Your influence on students' life can never be erased. I am really overwhelmed with joy to welcome you teachers for this webinar arranged markedly for your people. Once again, I welcome you all to this webinar faculty development program on the topic Microsoft Office. So I hope last session would have benefited you very well. So a lot of positive comments we received. Thanks for that. More number of people joined the session. 400, above 400 were joining that session. So we could not, due to technical reason, we could not engage all of them in the Google Meet. So 250 were engaged with the Google Meet, and remaining members, we shared the recorded live session through WhatsApp group, as well as we posted it in YouTube as well. So that, so you people, when you have time, when you're working with G Suite, so you will have a lot of doubts. So you can make use of the recorded session, which we had in our YouTube. So it will benefit you. So similarly, so this meeting is also being recorded. So you will all receive the recorded session in Facebook, in YouTube, in WhatsApp group, so that when you get any doubt in Microsoft Office, you can live stream it, or you can download it and you can view and clarify all your doubts. So we have put all our efforts to bring this teacher training FDP very informative and useful one for all the teachers, for whom, because of this current COVID-19 situation, so online classes, taking online classes has become very essential and unavoidable. So this working with Microsoft Office, everybody needs to be familiarized. So keeping this in mind, our management gave us this opportunity to conduct or organize this faculty development program exclusively for school teachers. And today is the day. So we are happy to start the session on faculty development program on Microsoft Office. So our teachers are well prepared. All your doubts will get clarified. So you can post your doubts in the chat box. You can post. So this session, since 400 people are joining in this session, we have YouTube live as well. So you, those who are not able to join in Google Meet, you can very well watch the live session in YouTube live. And there is also a public chat box. So the queries that you type in Google Meet chat box, as well as the queries you type in public YouTube chat box, YouTube live chat box, all will be answered by our experts. Okay, I hope with this, I will once again welcome you all, and for this faculty development program exclusively organized for teachers. And now I hand over the session to the organizer for further proceeding. Thank you all and welcome you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now I request our principal, Dr. V. Natarajan, to give away the welcome speech. Dr. V. Natarajan has been a great support for us. So kindly give away the welcome speech.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So very good afternoon and happy morning to one and all connected here. So with the blessings of Honorable Colonel Dr. JPR sir, and under the guidance of our Managing Director and Chairman JPR Group of Institutions, Dr. M. Regina JPR, and on behalf of JPR Engineering College, I welcome and congratulate all the teachers, those who are showing their interest in upgrading and updating their teaching skills. So definitely your school office or your institutional office will support in various administrative aspects. Moreover, this MS Office definitely support you in your teaching skills. I am assuring about that. Teaching is not a job actually. You all are admit about that also. Teaching is not a job. Teaching is a process of sharing the knowledge. It's a service oriented, right? We are providing service to the society, no doubt on that. So we, like our higher educational institutions, we are molding and shaping the products. Here I'm pointing about products as students. We are making that students into that finished products, and we are supplying the finished products to the society. Society is receiving that finished products and they utilizing them for development or growing of that nation. So pointing about that, we all are preferring the quality in the products, no doubt at all. We always prefer quality. The quality of the finished products, it always depends on not the makers, not like us. The higher education institution is not at all responsible for making a quality product. We are doing a processes, but the quality of the finished product is always depends on the quality of raw materials. Meaning about that, the students come out from the schools, they are admitting in our higher educational institutions. We are making a process. That's it. We are making a process and we are supplying that finished product to the society. So the quality of the finished product is always depends on you, teachers. You are the suppliers of supplying raw materials in the quality aspects. Quality raw materials you are supplying to us. We are making some processes and we are supplying to that society. Now that depends on that the products, the nation will grow. So moreover from that higher education institutions, school teachers, you are the supporters, you are the founders of the nation's growth. So no doubt at all, we are always expecting the good supply from you. We are expecting good raw materials so from you. So we are assuring, we are expecting you will do that your role, sharing the knowledges, and we are easily receiving that quality raw materials and we will convert into that finished products. Join together, we will support to grow our nations. Once again, I congratulate Professor Dr. Arogya Ranjit, HOD of Computer Science, for taking such an effort of motivating our training and developing about the school teachers especially, and the coordinators, committee members of FDP. I congratulate everyone. Most importantly, I congratulate all the school teachers showing their interest. So I wish you good luck. Good luck to your learning of MS Office. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now, I request the faculty members kindly mute your audio and video and please do not share your screen. We begin our session 2 today and we have already completed our session 1 on G Suite. Faculty members, kindly mute your audio and video, please. We have finished our session 1 on G Suite. Now the session 2 is going to begin today with MS Office. In MS Office, we have the session 1. We'll start with MS Word first, then followed by MS Excel, then followed by MS PowerPoint, and finally we have MS Picture Package. Now we'll begin the session with MS Word. The MS Word session will be handled by our department faculty, Dr. Beulah David. She has been working in JPR Engineering College for the past 15 years, and she has done a research work in pattern recognition and machine learning, and she is training our students towards machine learning. And she is an Infosys certified faculty member. Now I request Dr. Beulah to take the session. Come, ma'am.
Thank you, Madhurika ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning to one and all present here. On behalf of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering of JPR Engineering College, I welcome you all for this faculty development program on digital teaching, that is learning MS Office. Teachers are the backbone of this nation, so it gives me a great pleasure to handle a session for all the dedicated people in this teaching profession. Due to more bandwidth requirement, I switch off my video, and we have already seen your interest in the of your learning in the last session itself. So let us now move into the session on MS Word. Please, if you have to stop your presentation, don't share your screen. Otherwise, you can't able to see my screen. Thank you for your cooperation. Let us move inside the session. Madhurika ma'am, can you able to see my screen?
No, ma'am.
Can you able to,
No, ma'am.
now can you able to see?
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Presentation can be seen.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Yes. Today we are going to see about this Microsoft Word. And I already mentioned, I am Beulah David, working as the assistant professor in this Department of Computer Science and Engineering. 1 minute. Yes. So as an introduction, this Microsoft Word is a word processing program. It is being published by the Microsoft in the early 1980s. And this is mainly useful for typing some text and manipulating. Yes, sir?
Somebody else is presenting, ma'am. Your screen is not visible.
Yes, sir.
Once again, you go to presentation, ma'am. Beulah, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So now can you able to see?
Yes, madam.
Okay, sir. So, okay. Good morning to one and all. So this Microsoft Word is a word processing program made public by this Microsoft in the early 1980s. And then it is mainly useful for typing text, and then you can able to cut, copy, paste everything. Whatever you're doing in the paper, the same thing can be resembled in this Microsoft Word. So you may type the questions, you want to make some picture and everything. So everything can be made in this Microsoft Word. So it is similar to writing the paper. Instead of writing, you're just typing in the Microsoft Word. And then you may have a doubt whether you can able to insert tables or you can able to change the text in the format in which format you need. Everything can be done. Okay. So these are all the shortcut options. So first I'll tell you how to open this Microsoft Word, and then we'll see all the shortcut windows and everything. Okay. So for opening this Microsoft Word, just you have to go here, and then you have to type Microsoft Word in the box provided here. Okay. So just I'm typing Word. Okay. So when I'm typing like this, this option will be coming, and then you have to go and open it. Okay, so you have opened the Microsoft Word. So see, each and every time if you're doing any modification, you have to go to this menu and then click Save. Okay, so initially first I'm starting the session, so just I'm going to save. Okay, so when I use this save option, it will ask in which location you want to save. So I have created a folder in the local disk F:. I have created a folder with the name School Teachers FDP. So in that, I'm going to save the document with MS Word Day 2. Okay. Day 2. So here in Save As Type, we have to just click and then use this option Word 97 to 2003 document. If you save like this, you can able to view in any of the versions. So just click Save. Okay. So now the working area is like this, and then you can able to type in the area provided here. So this is said to be called the indent. This is the first indent, and then this one is said to be called the last indent or the second indent. Okay. So why this indent is being present is, so in the same column, like this, in the same line, you can able to start your typing. For example, say I'm typing JPR Engineering College. Okay, so it will go till, sorry. So I have typed JPR Engineering College, and then it will go till the line, till this last indent. Okay, so once the last indent arrives, it automatically goes to the next line. Okay, so if I give enter, then it will go to the next line. Okay, so this is a way this Microsoft Word is being working. Suppose if you want to increase this indent, you have to use this, and then you can able to move to the left side or to the right side, so that you can able to increase your indent, or you can able to use the page setup. Okay, so this is a way we are starting. So first we have seen how to save, and then we have seen the indent from where to start and then to where to stop. Okay, suppose if you want to move your text to some one tab position in your keyboard, there is an option called tab. So if you press the tab, then it will move one position, some centimeter away from the first indent position. So while you do like this, see the indent, it will be moving to that location. Okay, and then there are many other things present. We are going to see one by one here. So the first option present here is home. Under home itself, we are having many options. Similarly, we are having insert, page layout, and then references, mailings, review, and view. So due to time constraint, I'll tell you about some importance and the basics of this Microsoft Word. So as whenever I'm typing, it will take more amount of time. So I have prepared some basic document so to reduce the time. Okay, so this is the document I have created. From this document created, I'll tell you all the options present. Okay, now first we are going to see about the font, how to set the font size, font color, and how to make it to bold. Okay, so now this is the heading. I want to make this to be the heading. So what you have to do, just using your cursor or using your mouse cursor, just you have to select the text, and then you have to go to this panel. So this panel will contain more amount of fonts. So just it is default, it is in Calibri. So you can choose any one of the font present here. Now I am taking Bookman old style format. So you can choose any one of the format present. Just I'm choosing Bookman old style format. If you choose, then the name will be appearing here. Okay. As this is the heading, you have to make the text size to be greater than all the other text present. So just I am clicking and then making them to 28, then which will make them to be a heading. Okay. So now, so we have seen how to set the font. Now, if you don't want this font, you want to change to some other font, you can be able to go and change to some other font. Okay. For example, say I'm going and choosing Times New Roman. So many of you have heard about this because in most, if you have heard about this journal writing and all, so there the default font style they ask you to submit your paper is Times New Roman. Okay. So I have chosen the Times New Roman format with the text size 28. Now, if you're feeling this is very large, you can able to change. At any instant, you can able to change the font and font size. Okay. Now, I want to change the font color. So here there is an option called font color. Now, I want to make them to appear in red color means, then I have to click the red color. So, if when I'm clicking the red color, your font and the your font style will become like in red color. Okay. Now I have to select this. I want to make them to a bold. Bold means nothing but I want to make it as in the bright format. So see here, already it is in red color. If I want to make them bold, I can be able to do it. Okay. And then if as this is the heading, I want to underline it. So just to go here, there is a button called U, which is nothing but underline. For bold, it is B, capital B. For italic, if you want to make it as capital I. And if you want to make it as, you want to underline, you have to use this button U. Okay. So if you use like this, you can able to get the heading as your record. Now, if you're feeling you want to change the color or change the font or change any one of the thing present here, you can able to do it. Okay. So for example, say, so see here, when I have typed the content, but see, it is not going till the last indent. Just it is in the, before this indent position, there are something, this much amount of space is being present. So for that, you have to do, that is select. Then you have to go here. There are 4 options present, like left. This is nothing but left. Then this is said to be called center alignment. This is said to be called right alignment, and this is said to be called justify alignment. Justify alignment is useful for spreading your text from the first indent to the last indent. Okay. So as this is the heading, I have just have as bold, underline, and I have not used italic. So in the next line, I'll use the italic and show it to you. So I have just used bold and underline. Okay. And then I have used the justify format as this format as justify. Okay. Now I'm coming to the next line. So here I want to choose this line. So see, if you are applying Times New Roman for the first line, it is not the same to be applied for all the other lines present. You can able to do with the other fonts also. So here I'm choosing another one font, say. So there are many fonts present. You can able to choose any one of the font. Okay. So I'm choosing here Casteller with the font size of 26, so that I can able to get with a large text. So now if I want to have it in the center alignment, just I have to choose this center, which will make the text to appear in the center location. And then now if you want to give some other color, say I have to choose some other color. I'm using green color. Okay, so green color. But even though if I'm using green color, say it is not being that much bright. So if you want to make your content to become bright, so you have to just use bold, so that your text will become bold. Okay, if you want to use underline, you can able to do it. Okay, and then see in letter writing and all, you want to make this yours faithfully, thanking you, like that. The thanking you will put in the center. But in the yours faithfully, either you place in the leftmost corner or in the rightmost corner. So what I have to do, if I want to move this welcome everyone to the last position, just I can able to use this right indent so that it can move to the right side. Okay. Now we have seen the font color, how it can be used. Suppose you're having some notes and then you want to give some notes to your students, and then you want to highlight some of the important points present there. Okay, so you can able to give in bold color, bold, and you can choose any color. But there is another one option present. Just you are marking in the book with a highlighter, the same thing can be applied here also. So suppose say I want to make this welcome everyone to highlight to the students. Okay. So what I can able to do, near to this font, there is another one color set to be called highlight color. That is set to be text highlight color. So I have, there are many colors present. Just I'm using yellow. So see here, if I'm clicking that yellow, then the text will be highlighted. And now wherever you can go through the document, the highlighted area will be given in this format. Okay. Next, next here also I'm having the another one text, that is thank you all for attending the school teachers program conducted by the Department of Computer Science and Engineering of JPR Engineering College. I have typed the content, but see I have not have that much attraction in this text type. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to just copy, use this justify option, which will spread the text from first indent to the last indent. Now then, say if in letter writing and all, first you'll write respected sir or ma'am, and in the next line you have to leave some space, and then you have to start I am Beulah David working as an assistant professor, like that you are starting. So for that, what I said, you have to use tab button in the keyboard so that you can able to start typing your text from this. Okay, you can use any much number of tab spaces. So depending upon the tab you are using, your text will be moving accordingly. Okay. So I think you are being clear with this font size, font color, bold, italic, and underline. So before starting the document, you have seen how this document looks. Now see, if I apply different colors and different structure to the document, your document will become more creative and it becomes more, it is looking good to see. Okay. So the presentation is very important, right? So when you present like this to students, it will easily attract and they'll admire your presentation. And then, so next we'll go to font cases and spelling. Okay, so spelling, see here, JPR is the word that I'm using in this document. Okay, so JPR is the correct word here. JEPPIAR is the correct word here. So what I have to do, just I have to click this JPR and then I have to use ignore all. If I do like this, wherever this JPR Engineering College I'm using, that in that situation, you are not getting the red color line below. Suppose if you are doing some mistakes, okay, so suppose see here for 5, I have typed something like this, then it will show the error that you have typed in the error format. That is, it is not the correct spelling and there is no word present. Okay, so what you have to do, just click that word and it will ask whether it belongs to any one of the word present here, fling or fluff or flings, or whether these are the words present. No, it is not the word present. Okay, so if this is the correct word you are using, then you have to ignore it. Otherwise, you have to go through it and you can correct your errors. Okay, you may have a doubt whether whatever I'm typing, whether here is correct or not. Okay, so you can easily go and check whether this is correct or not. Okay, so now font cases and spelling. As this is the heading, just I'm highlighting by using bold and I'm going to underline it, because in order to give some structure to the document, just I'm using this bold and underline. Okay, now I have typed my name here. Okay, so in this I have used the initial to be in small, just I have typed, that's all. Okay, so I have used this B to be in capital letter and all other things are in the small letters. Okay, so any doubts, if we are having any doubts, you can please type in the chat box provided. Okay, so this is the
ma'am, Beulah ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Someone told your voice is not audible.
Whether it is audible to me, sir?
Someone told your voice is not clear.
Whether it is being audible?
Yes. It's audible. Clearly, it's audible, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Beulah ma'am.
Yes, sir.
In your screen, Google Meet participants are visible, ma'am.
In the next screen. In the next screen, I can able to see, sir.
No. You can close, ma'am. You can maximize the word you are presenting.
Yes, sir.
You can close the participants.
Yes, sir.
So that it will be more visible when viewing through YouTube Live. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Whether this is okay now?
This is okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
thank you. So in this font cases, I have already told about the spelling. And this font cases, what I have to do means I have to select the text first. Okay. If I want to make everything to lowercase format, everything is being available in this home menu only. Okay. So everything is being available in the home menu. And then, so you have to choose the change here. This option is set to be called change case. So there are 5 different cases present. Okay. First one is set to be called sentence case, which will make the first word, that is in the sentence you're having many words, the first word in the sentence alone will be, the first letter of the first sentence alone will be in capital letter. In this lower case, every letter or every word present in the sentence will be in small letters. And if it is in uppercase, if you want everything, your name, everything to be in capital letter, just you have to choose this uppercase, which will make your name and everything in the uppercase. And then sometimes you need capitalize each word. Suppose you are using any abbreviation. For example, say you are typing LAN, L-A-N, LAN, that is local area network, in which all the first letters of local area network, in this all these 3, the first letters L, A and N should be bold, in capital. So in that situation, you have to use capitalize each word. Okay. And this toggle case is just the reverse of this capitalize each word, whereas what you have to do, all the letters except the first letter will become the capital letter. Let us see one by one. Okay. So if I choose this and then if I use the sentence case, what I already told, the first letter of the sentence will become capital letter. Why this B is already in capital letter? Already I placed this content will be in capital letter, so it will not change. Okay, sentence case, it makes the first letter of the document to become the capital letter. Okay, then the next one, I want to make everything to lowercase, that is in small letter format. So what I have to do, if I choose this one lowercase, then everything will become the small letters. Okay, now I want to make my name to become in capital letters. See, I can make everything in the capital letters. Okay, and then capitalize each word. See here, I want to make D, initial D, and then in Beulah B, and then in David D, I want to make it as capital. So see here, I have to go here, capitalize each word will make your text to become the normal format. Okay, so let us check this toggle case also. So see here, if I click this toggle, the first letter, see here, the first letter, so this is also being considered as a word, and the Beulah is the next word and David is the next word, where the first letters alone will be treated as the small and everything will become the capital. Okay, so I think you have you're having no doubts in this font cases. Okay, let me move to the next one. Bullets and numbers. Okay, suppose check if you are having some important points to the students, or if you want to make your students to remember the formulas, say area of a circle, area of a rectangle, area of a triangle, like that. If you want to make the students to remember, just you can type the formulas and then you have to give some bullets, or bullets means you are giving some important points. Okay, so as this is a heading, just I am choosing and then checking and using this bold and underline. Okay, so that it will be looking clearly. Okay, now so consider these are the important points to be remembered. Okay, so type all the things in the as usual manner. So just whatever things present in the book, just like that you have to type here. Okay, and then after typing everything, why I have typed here means it will be time consuming. So just I am doing like this. Okay, so just you have to copy the content, select the content and then go here. There is an option called bullets. Okay, so you have to choose bullet. So you have to choose the bullets here. There are many bullets present. Okay, the default bullet here is this dot. Okay, so you can use any one of the bullets. Just if you're clicking like this, you can able to see in which manner it is coming. Okay, just I want to keep my bullets in this format, in this diamond shape format. So just I am doing like this. So this will have a good creativity in my document. Okay, so usually if you are writing in the paper, it is very difficult. Suppose you have missed any one of the important point, you have to add, you can't able to insert it in the paper, but this is very easily can be done. Just you have to type the content in the document and then wherever you want to have modification. Suppose if you want to insert any one of the point here, just you can enter using your keyboard. Just you can type. Suppose I have missed a paste means, suppose I have missed a paste, then I have to bring here and then I have to type something here. Okay, so this is a way you can able to include many of the bullets and numbering here. Okay, so you may have some doubt. I have typed a document here, whether I can able to recreate it in some other document. That is said to be called copy. Okay, so if I want to have copy, so just see, I want to copy this 3 lines alone. Okay, so you have already typed the document here. Just you want to copy these 3 points alone. So using your cursor, just you have to copy the last 3 lines. Then go here. There is an option called copy. So just you have to do copy and then where you want to paste it. Suppose I want to paste in the beginning, say in here to this word I want to paste it. Just I have to go and then I have to use this option. So see here there is a button called paste. So you have to just paste it. Now in this paste button, you don't want this bullets to present. Just you have to click one time. Again you press the bullet, then your bullets will be gone. Okay, so suppose you want to do it again. Okay, so there is an option called redo and undo. Okay, so if I don't want this option to be done, see here near to the save button there is another thing present, that is said to be called undo. If you don't want this operation to be done, just click this undo, which will undo it. And then if you don't want this paste at all, just one more time if you do it, it will go. Okay, but this is not being possible in your paper. Okay, but again, if you are in a confusion whether I want to need this again, I don't know, means just you can able to redo it. Okay, so if you redo it, whatever operations you have present, it will always redo. Okay, so if I don't need, just I have to do undo. If I want back again, I have to use redo. Okay, so till this, I think it is being clear to you. And then so I have gone through some 1 or 2 operation. Then and there, please save your document. Okay, so go here. There is a save button. Otherwise, there is another from this menu button also you can choose here save option. So at the end, I will tell you how to save as. Okay, so now I am saving. So if you are saving, it will be saved in the same document name Microsoft Word. I have used the name to be Microsoft Word. Okay, now subscript and superscript. This is being this is subscript. Okay, so as this is the heading, what I'm doing, always I used to do bold and underline. Okay, so I'm choosing bold and I am underlining. Okay, so now these are the 2 formulas I'm using. That is, what is superscript? If you want to make any one of the number above the normal format that is being present, that is a typical superscript. Subscript is nothing but if you want to move any one of the word or a character to below, that is a typical subscript. Okay, let us see this example. You all know about this a plus b the whole squared formula. That is nothing but a square plus b square plus 2ab. So this is known to everybody. Okay, so but a plus b the whole square will not be typed as such what you are seeing in the book. Okay, you have to do some modifications here. So what I have did, a plus b the whole square, instead of square I have typed 2 here, is equal to a, instead of square I have put 2 here, and then b square I have to be 2 here. Okay, now I am going to do the modification. Okay, which one you want to make it as a square, that is this 2 have to be make it as a square. So just click that word and then go here. This is said to be called a square, right? So here, why this is said to be called a square? This is superscript format. So anything above the normal format can be done with a superscript. Okay, once you click this button, see here, this will become a plus b the whole square. So it is very, very easy to teach the maths formulas using this word. Okay, even in science also you are having some formula. So using this word you can able to type and you can teach your students. Okay, and then here a square, here also you want to make this 2 to be in the superscript, so you have to choose this superscript format. Okay, and then here also b square you have to make it to the upper format, so you can be able to do it. If you don't need, you can just remove it and then you can be able to use it. Okay, so this a plus b the whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Okay, now you want to make some modification for a minus b the whole square. So what you have to do, just you have to copy, first you have to select the document, then go to copy, and then where you want to place that formula, just you have to click it and then save, paste. Okay, in this a minus b the whole square, just you want to make this plus to be minus. So go to the keyboard and near to this plus you keep your cursor, then use backspace and use minus. Okay, so here also a square plus b square, and then here only you have to make minus 2ab. Okay, and then here I am going to tell about you the subscript. Okay, so you all know about log 2 8 is equal to log 2 and 2 power 3. Okay, so what I am doing here is log 2 should come to the below of this log. Okay, so I am choosing this 2, make it to subscript. See here, there is an option called subscript. So I am making log 2 here, and then 8 will be placed as usual. Okay, then here this log 2 should come to the subscript. So you have to choose here and then use this 2. And then here 2 should become, so 8 will be expressed as 2 cube. 8 will be represented as 2 cube. Yes, ma'am?
Please increase your font size.
Yes, ma'am?
Your font size,
Ma'am.
please.
Okay. Okay, whether it is visible now, ma'am?
Yes, thank you, madam.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you. Okay, now, so this 8 should be represented as 2 cubed, right? So what I have to do, this 3 should be selected, and then you have to go to this superscript because 2 cube it should come. Okay. So now how we have to express this expression? 3 should come here, and then 3 into log 2 will become your this thing. Okay. So log 2 should be copied, and then 3 multiplied by. Okay. So you have to use your keyboard to do multiplication, and then you have to paste it. So log 2. So that is equal to 3 into 1. Okay. So 3 into 1, that is equal to 3. So by this way, you can able to do it your superscript and subscript. Nothing. So you have to choose your text where you want to make the superscript and subscript. Just to select the document, either you can able to choose this superscript or subscript. Okay. So let me move to the next one. Now, how to insert tables. Okay. So here I'll tell you how to insert table, how to do sorting, and then how to fill color, how to do text color, everything. Okay. So first, we see an example how to insert the table. Okay. So where you want to insert the table, there you have to place your cursor. Okay. Then go to insert here, and then here there is a table option where you can able to choose any number of columns you want. Okay. So just for an example I'm doing, so I'm using 3x3 table. Okay. As many number of tables, as many number of rows and columns you need, you can able to do it. Okay. Just I'm using 3x3 table here. So see, here the border of this table will be the plain line. Suppose you want to make them to be in some other format. See here, you have to first select the table. See here in this corner, you're having 4 arrows, right? So just you have to select using this 4 arrow pointer. Okay. Now go here. There is an option called borders. Okay. Choose this border, and then come here. There is a thing called borders and shadings. Okay. So if you want, you can note down. So borders here, you have to go for borders, and then near to this border, you are having borders and shadings. In that, you can choose any one of the border you like. Okay. Suppose I want to have dotted lines in my table, then just I have to choose it, and then if I click OK, see my table, it will be having dotted line table. Okay. So anything, if you are in need, you can able to do it. Okay. Now, if you want to type anything present here, just you have to bring your cursor here. So just I'm typing first serial number, name, and total. Okay. So if I want to do like this, here this is in some other font size. Okay. So for font, you have to come once again to home button. I already mentioned about this home button, right? So you have to just choose using your cursor, and then you can come over here in the font, and then you can choose any font that is available. Okay. So just I'm choosing maroon color. But see in the table, if you're seeing the tables in the book, it will be having some alignment, right? So now I want to make everything to center alignment. So you have to choose the justification here, the center justification. So it will be coming to the center place. And then if you want to again change the font, you can able to change it. Okay. For the whole document, wherever you are in need, you can able to use this font. Okay. Font color, everything. Okay. Now, I want to fill this table with some other color. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, if I want a particular column to be subdivided, is it possible, ma'am, like we do it in Excel?
Yes, ma'am. Split table, ma'am. Split cells. I'll tell you this, ma'am. Okay. While coming to this insert table, I'll tell you. Okay. Okay. Now, what I have to do? So just I have to. Now I'm using fill color. Okay. So what I have to do? Just you have to select this. I want to have with a different color in different rows. Okay. So I can able to choose this row. Go here. This is said to be called fill. So it is like paint, right? So this is said to be called shading. So I can able to use a pink color here. So where I can able to have a separate color for the heading alone. And then if I want to have to fill the other rows with some other color, I can able to do it. Okay, so for green color, I can able to do it. Okay, so I think this color is being visible to you. Okay, now I am having some options to change your text patterns and all. You can able to go here. Okay, so see here, I have to choose the content first. Go to this layout. Okay, so in this layout, there's an operation called text direction. Okay, in layout, there's an operation called text direction. So in this text direction, if you click, it will be turning to the in the text direction, whatever you are in need. Okay, so again, if you click, it will move to this north, east, south, west. In this directions, it can able to move. So this is the normal location. You can able to do like this, and then the next direction and the normal direction. So you can able to do like this using layout text direction. You can able to do it. Okay. Now we are seeing about home, and then now see. Okay. Now, if I want to insert some new table, okay. So if I want to insert, we have inserted the table, and then sorting I have to tell you, and then we have used the fill color and text color. So text color also we have changed, and then font also we can change, and then the border we have changed. If you don't want this border, again you can able to choose it. Go to borders, and then you can choose the plain format means. So I have to go to borders, and then I have to go with this line. The opinion of how your table should look like. So if you have that option with you, then it is easily able to construct your table. Okay. So now I want to split my table. So just I have to choose that cell. So this everything is called cells. Okay. So I have to choose the cell, right click it, and then I'm going for split cells. So here it is asking whether that one row should be divided with 2 columns, or how many columns you are in need. It will be the columns will be starting with 2 because it is having 1 row and 1 column format. Okay. So the basic operation, the basic number will present here is 2. If I click OK, see here, your table, that cell alone will be divided to 2 columns. Now, if you don't want it, you can able to undo it. Suppose see, I am going to split the cells with some more columns. Okay, so you can able to add, you can able to increase the number using this thing, and then if you do like this, your table will be splitted into as many number of columns you need. Okay, you may have a doubt now. Whether I can able to divide the row. Yes, it is possible. Okay, suppose say I want to divide this row, this cell. Okay, so what I have to do? I have to right click it. Then I have to go to split cells. Here, whether it is asking that one column alone have to be divided to 2 rows. Okay, so what you have to do? Make this column to 1 and make this row to 2, because that one column alone you are going to divide to 2 rows. Okay, so if I click OK, see here, your table will be divided into 2 rows and as many number of columns. Madam, I think I have cleared your doubt. You have asked about.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. Now, whether I can able to merge, just you have divided the row into 2 rows. Whether it is possible to merge? Yes, it is possible. Okay. Suppose I want to merge these 2 rows. Okay, together. What I have to do? Just I have to click these 2 rows, right click it, and then go to merge, which will merge your rows. Okay, so before creating the table, you must have the idea how your table looks. So it is easy if you draw and see your table, this should be like this, then it will be easy to create your table in which format you are in need. Okay, now as an example, you may have a mark sheet of your students. You want to list according to the register number or according to the total you want to sort your students. Okay, so it is very, very easy. So see here, you have to create the table as we have did earlier. Just for an example, I have placed some names as A, B, C, D, and total also I have given some numbers. Okay, so I want to format it. So first choose the first row and then make everything to uppercase and then make it to center alignment. In everything you should follow like this so that only it looks good. And then here if I want to make this also to the center alignment, yes, it is possible. You can be able to do it. Okay. Now, what I'm doing, making this table to be small, you can be able to do it by dragging like this. Okay. So you can make the table to look like this. You may have a doubt whether I can be able to make this table to be in center. Yes, it is possible. How you have to do? Yes, you have to choose this table, make center alignment here so that your table will come to the center place. Okay, now we'll go. Just you have to select the table. So for selecting the table, you have to use this 4 arrowed button. So just to use this, this select that button. Go here. There is an option called A to Z. Okay, this is a typical sort button. So when you click the button, it will ask whether in which format you need to sort this table. So see here, we have to get the name there, serial number, name like that. You should get the name. So sort. So if I want to do it by means of this row format, that is in the serial number format, then it will ask ascending or descending. Okay. So if it is ascending, see here. So before that, I'll undo and show it to you. So see here, 4, 3, 2, 5, 1, like that it will be present. Okay. Now I want to arrange it in the order. What you have to do? Go to A to Z. I have to remember the column number. Otherwise, that name also will be coming. Okay. And then ascending or descending. Yes. If I do it in the ascending order, it will be able to do it. Okay. Suppose I want to sort in terms of total, whether it's possible. Yes, it is the third column. Okay. So third column, if I do it, then it will be. So I'll descend and tell you. Okay. I'm using descending. So see here, everything will go here. So you have to make this thing to come to the up. Okay. So this is a way you have to do it. Now, I have already told how to insert the row here. Okay. But now I'm going to tell you how to insert the column. Okay. So see here, if I want to insert some average or grade here, what I have to do it? Just you have to click your cursor here and then right click it. And then it will ask the thing, insert columns to left or right. Okay. So if you want to insert the column to the right, you have to choose insert columns to the right. Okay. So it will be adding as many number of rows and columns. Okay. So if you want to add another one column here, you have to choose and then insert columns to the right. Okay. So there is no confusion in creating this table. So first you have created with 3 cross 3, and if you want to add as many number of rows and columns, you can be able to do it. No need to worry about this creation of this table. Okay. If you want to add a row, what I have said, you have to keep your cursor here, just to put enter button in the keyboard. And then if you want to add, so if you're keeping your cursor here and if you're entering, then it will be coming like this. Okay. You should not do like this. You have to go to that outer of the table and place your cursor here, and then you have to put enter. If you are placing enter again and again here, it will be going like this. Your size of that row will become big. Okay. So if you want to add it, go to the bottom and then put enter. It will increase your rows and columns. Okay. So I think I have covered the table, and then the colors and everything. Sorting we completed, and then insert, delete the rows and columns, and then merging also we have did, and then the text direction also we have seen. Okay. Now inserting picture. Okay. So while if you're making or creating any questions, okay, you want to make the students to mark the parts of the leaf. If you're writing the question paper, then what happens? You have to draw the leaf. Okay. But here in Word, what you can, if you want to add your own picture, that can be also possible. Okay. So draw your leaf and then take a pic and store it in any one of the local disk, and you can be able to bring. Okay. Now what I'm going to share with you is, I'm having a picture with me. Okay. Now I'm going to insert the picture in this document and show it to you. Okay. So where you want to add this picture, if in that location, you have to keep your cursor. Then as usual, you have to go to the insert button, and then so I think we completed all the things present in home. Okay. So we have to go to insert, and in insert, there is an option called picture. Okay. So picture. So I'm having one picture. This is our brochure that we have created for our department. So just I'm placing it under pictures, okay, pictures folder. So you must know the location where your picture is being present. Suppose you are writing in a paper and you are taking photograph of your picture, you must know the location where you are keeping your document or where you are keeping your picture, in which local disk you are placing, that you must know, okay. And then just I'm keeping under the picture, so I'm clicking this. This is the picture I want to insert it. So see here, it will be placed here. As the size of the picture is very large, it comes to the next place, okay. So now I want to reduce the size. What I have to do, I have to click the picture, go to the top corner. In any one of the corner you can go. See here, in all the four corners, if you go, there will be the cursor, your cursor will become like this, like two arrowed cursor, okay. So what you have to do, you have to go here, select the picture, and then choose like this. If you want to increase the size, you have to go like this, okay. Now I want to reduce the picture, okay. So what I have to do, just I have to come inward, okay. So as I come inward, it goes to the before page, okay. So now I want to reduce it. You can choose this also, okay. No need to choose this corner alone. You can choose this corner also. See here, I want to make it this small, okay. Whether I can able to do it, whether I can able to use this corner, yes, it is also possible. Which manner you want to have that, in which that manner you can able to insert the picture, okay. So no need to worry about this picture and all. You can draw your picture, and then you can upload it in your mail, and then have it in your local disk, and then you can use the picture in your document. So this is a way you can able to do it, okay. Whether only the picture alone can be used, no, you can able to include shapes also. The Max teachers requires all the shapes and all, okay. So what you can able to do, go to insert, and here shapes, the option present, click that shape. Now I am going to draw a rectangle, and inside the rectangle I am going to draw a circle, okay. So there are many shapes present. Any shape you can able to take it, and you can draw it in the in your note, in your document, okay. So just I am clicking this rectangle, and then I am drawing the rectangle here, okay. So the rectangle will be coming, okay. Now if I want to draw, so for the first time you have to go and choose in this shapes, okay. For the second time, if you are choosing, see here, so see, I'm drawing a circle here, okay. So for the second time, see here, all the options are being coming here, okay. Now I want to make the circle to move to the center place. So how we have to do, see the cursor now, it is 4-arrowed cursor. Place your cursor over the circle, and just you have to move it. Just you can able to move it, okay. Otherwise you have to use the keyboard button, left side button. There are 4 arrows button, right? So you have to use the left arrow button, and then you can be able to move it, okay. Now for a color representation, you can able to color the shape also, okay. See here, I want to color this rectangle to be in purple color, and I want to make the circle to be in pink color, okay. So I can able to do it, okay. So I can able to change the border also. So there are some many options present here. See here, if I want to have only the outer line, it can able to do it, okay. Whether I want to have it as a double line, that also is possible, okay. If I want to have it in the color format, it is also possible. I can able to do in whichever manner I need, I can able to do it, okay. So this is a way you can able to insert the picture, okay. Whether inserting picture alone can be done, no, you can able to insert the arrows also, okay. So go to insert, shapes, so see here, arrows, so you can able to use it. Suppose I want to add another one arrow, so now see here, every option will be come in this location itself, okay. So you can able to take, and then you can able to draw, and then if you want to add another one arrow, you can able to do it, okay. So in this way you can able to draw your lines, you can able to draw the different shapes, okay. Now I am going to insert a smiley, okay. So small children will like smiley. So in that situation, if you create some document with smileys, then they will be get attracted. So you can go to shapes, and then here is an option for smiley. So go here, and then if you click like this, you can able to get the smiley. Okay. So in the smiley, if you want to give some color, you can able to do it. Okay. So any color if you want, you can able to do it. Okay. And then insert shapes. Other than this, there are many options present like a cloud, and then for chat box like that, everything you can able to do it. Okay. And then this thing, this is like moon, you can able to draw. So you have to just click and drag and drop option. That's all. Okay. So these are all the things that are being already present. And then if you want to do some this curly bracket like that, you can able to do it. Suppose first you have drawn like this, you want to expand it, just you have to click that, and then you have to now see the button, it will become 2 arrowed button. Okay, just you have to drag using your cursor and you have to do it. Okay, just these are all the things that can be done. Now there is a thing present. You are drawing one picture which is containing different parts like this. Okay, now you want to make every all these pictures to a single picture. Okay, suppose say if you are taking this picture, and if you want to select the next picture, then the cursor will be selecting that picture alone, not selecting this picture. Okay, so what you have to do means, if you are moving, then this one alone is being moving. If I want to move the whole picture to be as a single picture, means what you have to do, you have to choose control in your keyboard. You have to use the button control in your keyboard. Select each and every, see here, I'm going to select each and every part that I have marked in this. Okay, so first I'm going to select this rectangle. Okay, I am choosing this control button in my keyboard. Next, I am going to choose. Now you see both the things are being selected. Now you see I'm selecting these things. These are also get selected. This one, see, this is selected. Here also it is being selected. Now I want to make these arrows also to be the part of this diagram. So I can able to choose all these things. So once this is being completed, I have selected everything, right? All this thing has to be considered as a single picture now. So what I have to do now, come over here, and then why this cursor should be in four arrowed button. Okay, so now right click. Now there is an option called grouping. Okay, right click that option. So now see all the things are being combined. So everything should be selected. If you miss any one of the thing, then that will not be come under a single picture. Okay, so you have to select as many number of pictures you want to group as a single picture. Now see, your picture is being converted to a single picture. Wherever we are moving, it is being converted to a single picture. Okay. Now, if you don't need this again, what you have to do, you can either go for undo, or there is another one option, grouping, ungrouping here. Again, now choose. So in the previous time, if you have choose the shapes, what happened? Every picture, everything has just being represented with the this blue color dots. Okay. Now what happened? You have to select, then again go to grouping. Now ungroup it. Ungroup means, now see, if I move it, only the moon is being moving. Okay, so this is a way you can able to do it. Again, if you don't want this and you want to make this thing to be in a single picture, what you have to do? Make undo. Okay, so as many number of times you are doing undoing, see here, now this becomes your single picture. Okay, so this is a way you can able to do it. I think you are not having any doubt up to this. Okay. Now I'm proceeding with the chart. Okay. Now, so I want to draw a chart. Okay. So whether it is possible to draw a chart in Word? Yes, it is possible. So what I'm doing, I'm going to copy the content already present here. Okay. So I have already have the content, serial number, name, 1, 2, 3, etc. So I have to copy this. So go to copy, then I want to paste it in this table. Okay, so I have to keep my cursor here, just I want to paste. Okay, so the same thing, whatever is being present here will be pasted. Now I want to reduce my table size, so I am choosing this arrow and then this top bottom down arrow, then you have to move everything inward. Okay, now what you have to do, select this table. Okay, then go to the option insert, then chart. So all these things are available inside insert button. Okay, insert menu. So now go to chart. Okay. So what happens here? See, your structure is being changed like this. So see, instead of name, I am marking it as mark. Okay. 20, 56, 78. Okay. So we can choose the table, go to chart. Now see, your first serial number, mark and table will be appearing like this. Okay. Now the serial number alone will be coming like this. Okay. But it should not be the case. For the first serial number, what is the mark and what is the total? That you must need. So what you have to do? Go here. There is two options present, by row, by column. Okay. So if you are drawing the chart by using row, it will be appearing like this. Okay. But so you have to choose by column. If you choose by column, your serial number, mark and total will be represented like this here. Okay. Now, if you complete like this, then what happens? There is no title for this chart. You don't know whether what is the x-axis and what is the y-axis. Okay. So what you have to do here, you have to just, this is the 3D chart. So I'm making the chart type to be in 2D. Okay. So this is 2D format. Now click OK. So now this becomes your 2D chart. Okay. So now after completing this, just click into, which will have this chart alone. Now I want to add the chart title. Okay. So what I have to do, near to this chart, give right click, and then there are the option chart options. Okay. In that it will ask chart title. So I'm typing student information. And then in the x-axis, I'm telling details. Okay, in y-axis, I'm giving some, what caption you need, you can able to enter it. Okay. So now if you click OK, see this chart is having very less space. So what I'm doing, I'm choosing this chart. Okay. So place your cursor here, click enter button. So I'll click enter button, it will be coming to the next place. Okay. So you can able to maximize also, minimize also. Okay. So this is a way you can able to draw the chart for your table. Okay. So till now we have seen how to insert the table, what are all the operations you can done in the table, and then what are all the full options, and then fill color, then font color, then inserting picture, and then how to insert shapes and making them to grouping, and how to add the table content into the chart with the chart title and the access title. Okay. I'm just saving my document because it is already 45 minutes. So I'm going to save my document. So then and there you have to save your document. Okay. Now I'm going to insert a text box. Okay. So how to insert the text box? Again, go to insert menu, and then there's an option called text editor, text box. Okay. So these are all the default text boxes already present. Now I'm going to draw my own text box. So click draw text box. So you have to draw here as text box. Okay. So for filling the shape, you can give here shape fill, and then if you want to make the border of already the border color is black. Okay. Now I want to make the border outline to be some other color. I can able to do it. Okay. So I'm making with some other dark color so that you can able to see. Okay. So dark red I have used, and then inside I am typing Viola. So if I want to make this font to be changed, you have to remember for font you have to come again to home. Okay. So in the font I am changing it to some blue color. So set up to this way, you can able to add the text box also. So if you draw any flow chart and all, you can able to use this text box option. Okay. Then the main thing that is being needed for maths teachers is this one, insert equation editor. So as this is the heading, I'm just making bold and underline. Okay. So prior also we have missed this thing, I think so. So bold and underline. Okay. Now this equation editor, what I have to do it, you have to go to insert. Okay, everything is being available in insert. If you say like this, you can't able to get anything. So go to insert and then go to object. Here in this, you have to select the object. Okay, so in this object, that after some 3 to 4 options, there is a to be called Microsoft Equation 3.0. Okay, so I'll tell you one more time. Insert object. Inside that, you have to choose Microsoft Equation 3.0. Click OK. If you do like this, a small rectangular shape will be coming. Okay. Now I'm going to write the formula area is equal to pi r square. Okay. So area normally you can type using your keyboard. Equal to also you can type. Okay. Now I'm going to tell about this equation editor symbols. So see here, this symbol is said to be called relational symbol box. If you click like this, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to, every option will be coming. Okay. So I'll maximize my screen and show it to you. Okay, see here, this is okay. So this is set up nothing but your spaces and ellipses thing. Even 11th to 12th teachers, you can able to use this one. And this is set up. There are many options present here. Okay, that is dash, A dash, B dash, like that. If you want to use double dash, everything you can able to use here. And then here plus or equal to, convolution operator, division operator, dot operator, everything can be applied here. And then this arrows, you can able to use it. And then for all there exists, set symbols, everything is being present here. For all there exists. And then here, this is set language, union, intersection, there exists, like that you can able to use. And then here you can able to use del and then lambda, like that. Every symbol is being present here. Even see here, this is integration, everything present here. And here, this special symbols like alpha, beta, gamma, then mu, like that, everything is being present here. Okay. And now see here, I want to use pi r square, right? So pi is being the special symbol, so I have to use pi here. Okay. Then r square, you can type it in the keyboard. So r, I have already told about square, which can be done by superscript. But here, there is an option present to represent the square. Okay. So you have to move here. See, if you have missed, you have to double click it. That's all. Okay. So you have to go here. See here, subscript and superscript template. So in this, you have to choose the first one because this only will be the superscript. So if you click like this, your option will be going to the upwards. That is, there you have to choose 2. You have to type 2. So your formula will be pi r square. Once you completed your operation, just you have to come out. Okay. So apart from this, you are having this this brackets and then single side bracket, double side bracket, everything you can able to apply it. Then summation, that is from 0 to 10, like that you can able to do. Then integration, you can able to do it. And then see here, for matrices, there is an option 2 cross 2 matrix, 1 cross 1 matrix, then 2 cross 1 cross 3 matrix. Any matrix you can able to apply it. Okay. So these are all the things. So if you do like this, then the matrices will be coming. Okay. So this is a formula for this area of circle. Similarly, you can able to, if you want to add another one formula, again you have to go insert object equation 4.0. Okay. So here I want to tell only one thing here. Suppose see you want area of triangle that is equal to half BH, right? So that is equal to area of triangle. So for pressing this space, you have to use control and space. Okay. Again, control and space. Space button in the keyboard. Okay. Triangle equal to half BH. So half 1/2 it should come, right? So I have to use like this. This 1/2. If you're doing like this, the portion will be divided into half. So in the above part, you have to press 1, and in the below part, you have to do 2. Okay. then half BH, it should come like this, right? So half B into H. Okay. So this is a way we can able to type all your formulas. Okay. Then apart from this, there are some symbols present. So in
Zila ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you explain this equation editor once again?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Are asking.
okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
With complicated formula.
Yes, ma'am. Any formula they have typed? Whether they want some other formula?
Ma'am, any formula.
Okay. So see, any formula you can able to do it. So just you have to go object, Microsoft equation 4.0. Then, for example, area is equal to which formula you need. For example, say you want to make 4 by 3 like this. You can able to do 4 by 3. And then if you want to have a summation, see, it's not being related to this. Just for example, I'm showing summation I comma j, like that you can able to do. Suppose if you want from this to this, you have to choose here. Okay. So from summation I equal to 0 to infinity. So infinity will be present here, right? I equal to 0 to infinity. Then if you want to have I square, see, I want to use brackets means go here. Okay. I square I want to use, suppose say, then I put I here. Then for superscript I have to choose here square. And then if I want to have plus here, come here and add plus. And then suppose say I want to add z square or z cube or z superscript, say. So please don't mistake me. This is not the formula related to anything, just for showing example I'm doing. Okay. Don't mistake me. So this is a superscript. So cube, like that you can able to do. Suppose if you want to have some other formula, if you tell me, then I'll tell you how to do it. Okay. Then if suppose integration means here, you can go like this. Then
ma'am, excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If you want to write A inverse, whole inverse like that, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. See, ma'am. A inverse, right? So you see here. Okay. You can able to get it. A dash, right? You are asking A dash, ma'am.
A inverse, ma'am. A to the power minus 1, the whole power. Inverse we used to write no.
Okay, okay. A to the power minus 1. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'll tell you, ma'am. A to the power minus means superscript, ma'am, right? It is superscript.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Go to the superscript. Then you want to have minus n, right? So you have to put minus and n. That's all. Then come over here.
What about vector representation, ma'am? A cap power means A cap.
A cap. Yes, ma'am. So here A. I'll check here, ma'am, whether that symbol is being present. Here, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You got it?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Okay, okay, ma'am. So every operation is being present in this equation 3.0, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Shall I move to the next one? Anita, ma'am, any other doubts they are asking? Yes, ma'am. Anita, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. You can proceed, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So next, for inserting symbols, okay? So here also every option is being available in this insert button. Go to symbols. Suppose you don't want to go with the equation editor. There are some basic symbols present here, okay? Like alpha, beta, pi. So these are all being present here. So you can able to insert like this, okay? So alpha, then you want to insert some other thing, beta, okay? Then for mu, will be having, and then for pi you're having. Then sometimes you want to have some copyright. You are creating your own formula and you want to have copyright, you can able to do it. Okay. And then this trademark and all. So everything is being possible here. So these are all some of the basic symbols present. But you want to go in depth with the max formulas, you have to use this Microsoft equation 3.0. It is very much useful for physics and maths teachers. Okay. So, and those who are all doing research in your maths papers, it will be very, very useful. And those who are doing research in your image processing and all, this package is very, very being useful. Okay. Now, coming to the next point, inserting word art. Okay. So, in this inserting word art, you are preparing a document and you want to give it to your students. Okay. The first page should be having some extra look. Okay. So, what I have to do, go to insert and then choose word art. There are many options present here, many types of formats present here. Just I'm clicking the first format, just for example I'm doing. Okay. So, JPR I'm using. So if you want to increase the size, you can able to do it. If you want to make bold, you can able to do it. If you want to italics, you can able to do it, and then press OK. If you press OK, what happens? See here. As I have increased the size, it will move to the next row. Okay. I just do it with some other small example. So insert word art. Okay, I'm clicking OK here. See, it will be moving like this. Okay, so this is a way you can do it. If you want to reduce the size, you can do it. Like this, you can able to do it. Okay, see here, if I want to increase the size also, you can able to do it. So if you want to decrease and if you want to increase the length, you can do it. Everything's are being possible here. Okay. Now, this is the most important thing, how to insert the header, footer, and page number. This is the most important thing in your document. So, you want to know which is the document. Suppose you are taking 2 subjects to a class, say Maths and English, and this is the English notes or the Maths notes. You want to inform the students about this, right? So, go to insert, go to header. Header will be present in the top of your page and footer will be present in the bottom of your page. Okay. So, when you click this header, what happens? It will ask the type, the text to be typed. Okay. So, I'm just typing MS Word. Okay. So, if you want everything to be in capital letter, there is another thing in the keyboard called caps lock. So, if you click that thing, everything will be converted to the capital letter. Okay. So, I think everybody knows that. So, just for information, I'm sharing. So, MS Word. Okay. Now, if you click and you come out and see, in all pages, you are having MS Word. See in this board, you are having MS Word. And then, see in this page also, here, I am showing it in print preview. See here, print preview. See in all the documents. See here, MS Word and MS Word will be coming in all the documents. Okay. Now I'm going to close the print preview. Now I'm going to add the footer. Okay, footer, it will come in the last. Okay, so insert footer, and then here I'm typing date to FDP. Okay, so now I'm clicking and see. Go to it's not only be seen in print preview, just for showing. I'm doing like this. Okay. So see here, in the bottom, day to FDP will be coming. Okay. Now you are having a doubt how to insert the page number. Okay. So again, go to insert page number. It will be asking in which position you need. Top of the page, bottom of the page, or in which location you want to. Okay. So I am using top of the page. So while doing like this, my header went. Okay. So what I can able to do, I can go to header, again press like this, and then I have typed like CSC, right? So CSC, and then I'm using page number also. Here I'm inserting the header. So now I'm going to see in my document whether it is being applied or not. So go to print, print preview. Okay, are you getting it? So CSE 4th page number and CEC 3rd page number. Okay, in every pages you are getting, right? CSE 1. Okay, you're getting? Yes. I'm closing this print preview. Let me make it fast as we are running out of time. Now find and replace. Okay. Now see here.
Excuse me, madam.
Yes, sir.
After 2 pages, how to number the page number, madam? First 2 pages, I don't want the numbers.
Okay.
Suppose from the third sheet onwards, I want the page numbers. Is it possible,
Okay.
madam?
Yes, sir. We have to split the document into sections, and after that we have to do it. So I'll show it and show this to you, sir. So see. So first, now I'll remove this page number. Okay. I don't need this page number. Now, after these 2 pages, I want to break the section. Okay. So, after this, okay. Go here and in page layout. So next I have to come to this page layout. So, so listen here also. Page layout. Here go to break and then click here next page. Okay. So next page and then go to home and then keep this hypertension operation. Okay. So there you will see many hypertension things. Okay. So I have applied the break here. Okay. Now what I have to do? I have to go to this thing, this page. Okay. So what I have to do here? Insert page number, top of the page, this one. Okay. Sorry. Here. Yes. Insert page number, top of the page. Here and then you have to choose format page number. Okay. Format page number. Start at 1 if you give. Okay, it will be coming. Next, I have to delete this thing. Okay. So here, we can delete it. Okay. So for the first thing, here also get deleted. Insert page number, format. So I'll use some other number, say like this. Start at 1. So yes, you can able to get it, sir. So now before that you are getting the page number as 1, 2, 3, and from here you are getting Roman letter 1, 2, 3.
Okay, madam. Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
So
Thank
first you have to break the section and then you have to proceed, sir.
Okay, madam. Thank you. Thank you.
And then after this, what you have to do means you have to take this hypertension. Otherwise, all this, the rhythm symbol like that, it will be coming. So you have to remove that. That it is useful for showing wherever the breaks are being there, like that it will be shown. Now, coming to the point, find and replace. So what I have to do, I'm going to change this welcome to high. Okay. So what I have to do it, go to find. So as I've already choose this word, it will become it will be coming welcome here. Then go to replace. Then you have to type high. Okay. Then press replace, see, it will be telling word has reached the end of the document. Do you want to continue? If you tell yes, wherever this welcome word is coming, everything will be converted to hi. Okay. So as we are having only one welcome here, in this location alone, it will be changed. If you want to make everything, then it will be telling the count. That is, this much number of welcome is being present. So you can able to convert all this welcome to hi. Okay. Then the last one is nothing but your page layout. So page layout is nothing but you want to have this document to be in different formats. Say in a page layout, you are having the option orientation. So there are two orientation present. One is portrait, another one is landscape. Okay. Portrait is similar to the A4 sheet paper like that. So if I show it in the print preview, you can easily understand. See here, the page layout, the orientation, it is in normal portrait format, is similar to the page like A4 sheet. Okay. If I make it a landscape, see here, this one alone I have changed. So your page will become landscape. That is, it is similar to the drawing book sheet. Okay. The drawing sheet paper like that, in that format it is coming. Okay. So that is called as the page orientation. Okay. And then page size also I can able to set. See here, normally it will be default option is letter. If you want to have it in A4 sheet paper, it will be changed. If you want to have it in A5 or A3 format, in which format you are in need, you can able to change it normally, but the default option is letter. Okay. And then see, this is very, very useful when you are going for presenting, you are publishing some paper. Okay. So see here, in many journals, they'll ask you to publish the paper in 2-column format. Okay. So what you have to do, I want to have this much amount of document to be published in 2 columns. Okay. So what you have to do, in page layout, go to columns, make it as 2. If you do like this, then 2 columns will be coming. If you want to make it as 3 column, yes, it is also possible. You can be able to do it. Okay. So by this way, you can able to make it as into columns. Okay. So, but now I want everything in 1 column format. So I just keeping it in columns. Okay. Next, I want to tell about the page color. Okay. So I want to make this to be more colorful. So if you are taking for small kids, they want to have a colorful environment, right? So if I want to have it in pink color, so I have now go to page color and then I have to choose any one of the color it is being placed. Okay. And then page border. So margin and right. Okay. So similar to that, if you want to have your document to be with the margin, so you have to choose this box and then go with any one of the border you need. Okay. Any border you can able to select here and then you have to apply to whole document. It will be automatically set to whole document. So here, press OK. So your document will be in a very good appearance. Okay. The last one is very, very important, watermark. Okay. So you are preparing your own document. Okay. Which should not be used by others. It should be used by others, but an authentication is being required that you only have developed the document. Okay. So you have done with a lot of works. So you should want to represent that you only have made the document. Then this watermark is very, very important. So go to page layout and this watermark. And then there are many things present here like confidential, do not copy, like that it is being present. But I want to make my own copy as this document belongs to JPR Engineering College. What I'm doing, I'm going to custom watermark. Okay. So in that custom watermark, it will be asking the text. Okay. It is loading. Please wait. Okay. So here it will be, you can be able to insert the picture also, but it will take more time. So I'm going for text watermark. Okay. Text watermark. Here the language is being chosen. And then here the text is given as ASAP. That is as soon as possible. But I don't want that as soon as possible. I want to have it as JPR Engineering College. That is JEC. Okay. And then color also you can able to set. As this is a mild color, I have set this ash color. And then I am going to apply it. Now see here. Okay. In all pages, you are having JEC, which will be embedded in the document. You can't able to separate the document. In many of the question papers and all, you have seen this. Okay, watermark is being there. Then it should be known that they only have developed the question paper. So if you want to have or you want to tell that you are the creator, you can able to use this watermark. Okay, and then
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Here, I do not know whether it is proper to ask at this juncture, but I am in a need of this answer, ma'am. Like in a PDF document, can we able to erase this watermark, ma'am? If we download some PDF documents from any net resource,
Yes, ma'am.
is it possible to erase it? By which means we can erase it or we can remove that watermark, ma'am?
No, ma'am. For that purpose only, they have given the watermark. They want to authenticate that they are the owner. So only they have given the watermark.
So any other possibilities to remove, ma'am? Is it there?
To my knowledge, I can't able to remove it, ma'am. If possible, I'll search and tell, ma'am. As this is similar to a trademark, ma'am. So we can't able to remove the trademark or the copyright, right? So similar to that, they have developed the document. So they are telling for security purpose and all, they have given like this, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Next, hyperlink. So I'm running out of time. So please adjust with me. So hyperlink. So hyperlink is nothing but if you want to have a link here and you want to, whenever clicking that link, if you want to go to the particular document, you can be able to do it. So see here, inside here to the hyperlink, I'm giving right click. Then there's an option called hyperlink. Okay. So hyperlink, just I have created many documents here. So there is another one document I'm here. This is the last week's questions I'm having. So just I have used this link. Okay, now see here. When I go to near this, it will ask control and click. You have to click. So now I'm using the control button in my keyboard. Now so see here, when I click my control button, your cursor will become this hand symbol. Okay. Now I'm clicking and showing it to you. Whether it will be automatically opening. So see here, whether it is automatically opening. Yes, similar to that, any document you can give. So if you want to show any presentation to your students, you can have this alone to be the base document. And then all other things, if you want, whatever things you want to link to your students, you can be able to do it. Okay. And then last but not the least, you can be able to save your document as PDF. So in this two things I want to tell to you, you can be able to do save as well as you can be able to save as in Word format or in PDF format. Okay. So in save as, if you save means, so till now we have completed all the operations. So I'm going to save one time. So if I'm saving, all the content will be saved in this particular document alone. If you want to make a copy of the same word again, what I have to do, I have to go and do save as. And then in the save as, you have to see here, go to the menu, save as, Word 97 2003, in which I'm making a copy, Microsoft Word, a copy. So already I've stored with the name Microsoft Word. So if I click save, see here, I'm going, I'm having it in the folder School Teachers FDP, where see here I'm having with Microsoft Word. Okay, now a copy is being made with this Microsoft copy. Now last one, I want to save it as a PDF. Okay, so that you must have some improvised version of this Microsoft Word in order to make the save as option with PDF. Otherwise, you have to go to the Google, and there are many websites present like Convert Online, Word to PDF. There are many sites present. So if you feed your Word, and then if you want to make them to convert to PDF, it will convert and show it to you. But in the improvised version, you are having this PDF itself in your system itself. Go to save as, press PDF option. So it will ask the name, in which name you want. So just I am telling Microsoft in PDF format. So if you click publish, it will take some 20 seconds like that. So now the PDF will be opening. See here, whatever we have did, it will be converted to the PDF. Okay. So see, in the beginning, you have seen this Word document, how it ugly looks, right? So now if you make some modifications and if you are making some formatting, you can be able to make your document to look in a very good manner. Okay, last but not the least, I want to tell about the shortcut options. So if you are well versed with the keyboard, everything you can be able to do it with the keyboard. No need of going behind your mouse and all. If you are using laptops, then you can be able to know all these options in keyboard itself. Okay. So for opening a document, you can use Ctrl+O. And if you're doing copy, you can do Ctrl+C. And for cut, so I have missed that cut operation. So cut is nothing but, see here, cut is nothing but if you click, I don't want this word or I don't want this word, I have to choose this, go to home, cut means it will cut the document. Okay. And then, but on the JPR Engineering College, if I'm copying, and I want to paste it at any number of times, I can able to do. See here, I'm pasting it for single time. If I'm clicking as many number of times, n number of times I can able to paste it. Okay. So you can able to do it by shortcut options like for copy, you can go to Ctrl+C, and for cut you have to use Ctrl+X, and for paste you have to use Ctrl+V, and for creating a new document you have to use Ctrl+N, and then for undo for use, you have to use Control, and for undo it is Ctrl+Z, and for redo it is Ctrl+Y. For saving the document, you have to go for Ctrl+S, and for printing, you have to use Ctrl+P. Okay. So this I have everything I have taken. And then finally, if you want to print your document, what you have to do? Go here and print, and then you have to see the print preview. Okay. So in print preview, in the bottom, if you enlarge this, the percentage, then you can able to get the structure of your paper. Okay. So if you want to change here to the orientation to some other thing, you can able to do it. Okay. If you want to reduce the size, you can able to do it. Everything you can see here, and then you can able to do print option here. As I'm not having printer now, I can't able to show it to you. So just you have to print. After finishing your print, just you have to close the print preview, and then automatically it will be coming to the original document. Thank you for your cooperation. If you're having any doubts, you can type in the chat box. Our faculties will.
Thank you, Beulah ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Beulah ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Some questions are there. How can we decrease the line spacing in the Word format?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I missed that one. Okay. Sorry, I'll tell you. So see here, this is a document present. I'm making it a maximized. Okay. So see here, I want to have this to be with the very large spacing. Okay. So select the document, select that sentence here. So go to home. Okay. See here, there is a button with the line spacing. Okay. With a 2 arrow button. So normally it will be one spacing line. Okay. If you want to increase to double, see here, your distance between the lines get increased. So usually in many papers, they ask for 1.5 line spacing, which is better to have a good look.